I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your boy TP. Today we will be courtroom hopping into the courtroom of Judge Tammy Long Hayward out of the state of Georgia. From what I understand today, she has a sovereign citizen before her. I'm interested in seeing what he has to say, and I'm also interested in seeing how Judge Hayward handles this situation. But before we jump into her proceeding, we're going to hop over to a brief proceeding with Judge Nicholas Aochi out of the state of Florida. And from what I understand, this proceeding isn't going to last long because from what I hear, Judge Aochi is not the one to play with, and that somebody by the name of a sovereign citizen by the name of Miss Amber McKenzie messed around and found out the hard way. So we'll share that briefly with you guys before we jump into our main proceeding. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into both of these proceedings.
Well, your documentation that you filed, including the one you filed today that did not have a correct caption or case number on it, is indicative of that. So let me ask you, Ms. McKenzie, again, why were you not physically, personally present in the courtroom on January 8th, 2025 for your trial?
I need the oath and bonds to be put for each person acting as a public official in this case who is acting as a public servant to be put on the record. And I also require the indemnity bond, and I'm going to require the other bonds. I need the accounting. Please, for the record, let it be known that you exited.
I did. I exited the courtroom and asked a police officer and probation officer.
Who has the indemnity bond? Where is the bill of particulars?
The bond is the warrant is being executed. You're being taken into custody. Take her down to the jail now.
I was not given the warrant.
Take her down to the jail now.
Why am I being arrested?
Take her down to the jail.
What crime have I committed? Get off me. This is kidnapping. This is a false arrest. No, this is a false arrest. This is kidnapping. They're violating my rights, my constitutional rights. I put in...
I thought the Constitution didn't apply to you.
The Constitution applies to every living man and woman.
Yeah.
You are violating your oath, Mr. Aochi.
All right, so back to the arraignment calendar. That was Miles and Lamech Thomas. Lamech Thomas.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here representing.
Right. Mr. Thomas, you're before the court for traffic violation, I think, which is usually a running a red light, driving on a suspended or revoked license, and no license. Did you need an attorney to assist you, or did you wish to represent yourself?
I represent myself, ma'am.
Okay. All right. 1 second, Mr. Thomas. I'm having trouble seeing you. Okay, there you are. All right. So did you wish to speak with the state? I'll hear from the state about what their recommendation is for the traffic violations.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Hagler?
Yes, Your Honor. For case ending in 04186, for count 1, the state's recommendation is a fine of $100. The defendant is no longer eligible, and the state will now prosecute counts 2 and 3.
Okay, and for the case 2024 CR 02581, he's represented by Mr. Holton Dennis. All right, so Mr. Holton Dennis, Mr. Thomas on the second case.
And Your Honor, for the court's information, we actually are in the process of getting the correct police report for this event. So we're just still holding on that before we can actually, and then we'll have an announcement for that case.
All right, Mr. Taylor, they're waiting on, I guess, updated information for the obstruction case.
Yes, I don't have a police report. I reached out to Mr. Thomas online. Mr. Thomas,
Yeah.
did you see my text message?
No, sir. What did it say?
Well, basically just asking if you needed us to represent you on the second case, the traffic violation case, and don't say anything here, but just let me know.
I'm missing it.
Mr. Thomas?
We need to have a conversation about both cases, Your Honor.
Yeah, do I need, so I can put you in a breakout room at a later time, or do you have Mr. Thomas's correct phone number?
I don't know, Your Honor. I'd have to.
Mr. Thomas, have you been getting information from Mr. Taylor or Mr. Lynch?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay, so Mr. Thomas, give me the last 4 of your phone number.
I just got on like 2 days ago, so I had to go into the phone and get it.
Okay, so you said you just got a new phone?
Yep.
Okay, so what I need you to do is, you know how to use the chat function on Zoom?
I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't see how to do the process.
Okay, so Mr. Taylor or Mr. Lynch, can y'all chat him a test?
I have already, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Thomas, you're looking for a red box with some with a white number in it.
Okay.
You see it?
No, man, hold on. One second, I was copying the number. All right,
That's
cool.
okay. Okay, so when you look on your screen, if you see something with a red box with a white number in it, click on that.
Red box, white number.
Yeah.
And I think it's either 2 or 3 because I've sent a couple of.
Okay, I see the messages, but if I text back, will it go like straight to you?
It will come.
Yeah, it's going straight to him. It's not going to everybody.
Okay.
That's why I asked him to send a text.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, so that was exactly why.
Continue while I have a chance to talk with Mr. Thomas and.
Okay, so Mr. Thomas, Mr.
And also
Taylor's
to
gonna
get a copy of the.
Information. All right, he's gonna talk to you, okay?
And Ms. Hayward, just a copy of the obstruction information as well.
Yes, once we get it, we're still holding. Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Thomas's cases are the last cases on the arraignment calendar. We're gonna switch to the jail calendar. Yes, I would like that announcement. I was gonna ask. Go ahead.
All right, so I won't be needing an attorney. I'll be representing myself as my trust. I'll be representing my trust. I wouldn't need an attorney.
Okay, Mr. What you mean by your trust?
I'm sorry?
What you mean by your trust?
My name is trademark, copyright, representing my trust when they have.
What does all that mean legally? Do you even understand what you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am. No jurisdiction. I'm not under
No, ma'am. No, sir, Mr.
Jurisdiction.
Mr. Thomas, no. No. We got a president with 37 felonies, sir. He was under somebody's jurisdiction. So I don't know how you, a black man born in America, thinks that you got some stuff that's going to keep you from being under somebody's jurisdiction. All this, I done trademark my name and I'm not the true man and it's the paper man and all that foolishness, Mr. None of that works. None of that works. Y'all go on the internet and figure out some stuff that don't make a bit of sense. And then it hampers you because you think you know better than an attorney who's gone to school for 3 years and 4 years before that to go to college, and they figured out, and then they worked. Mr. Lynch has been an attorney. I've known him for 10 years now, at least, right, Mr. Lynch? So, but you think
getting close.
you think you done gone online and found some stuff, and you the trust of the straw man of the sir. You don't even understand the American legal system and how it works. But you gonna make up your own stuff because somebody done told you that this works. Same person who told you it works, it don't work. Then what kills me is y'all do stuff like, oh, and under the UCC and the maritime, y'all start quoting stuff that doesn't mean anything. I had one guy in Atlanta tell me something was under maritime law. I was like, sir, we are not even near the ocean. Maritime law is for the ocean. It's the esoteric foolishness that y'all get because y'all have what? Done your research. No professional. What you don't, you over here talking about you the trust. Okay, imagine if you walked into a hospital and they told you you needed surgery and you said, oh, no, I'm the trust. I'm not the man. I'm going to do my own surgery because I looked it up online.
I'm not the trust. I'm representing the trust.
No, mister, you don't even know what that means. What I'm saying to you is professionals work for years to learn this, to be able to represent people. You wouldn't walk into a hospital if you had a stab wound or a gunshot wound and say, oh, no, the trust is going to take care of me. I'm going to do it myself because I did some research. I am so sick of y'all thinking that attorneys don't do anything. My mom is an attorney, and one of her clients said to her, well, all you really do is, they're trying not to pay her. All you really do is talk. I can talk. Yeah, but do you know the right words in the right sequence and the right things to look up to make the talk you do make sense? No, you do not. So if you think you can replace a lawyer, go replace a doctor. Next time you get sick, go break an arm and go set it yourself. Go let the true man set it. Go do that. So if you don't want Mr. Taylor to represent you, that's fine. You are free to represent yourself. I will give you the Ferrata warning as soon as possible. But what I'm telling you is there are problems that come with that because you may be hampered by the fact of what you don't know. The second thing is, don't expect that if it goes wrong for you, that you can then say, oh, well, I didn't have good assistance of counsel, because you are your own counsel and you've chosen that. And so just be clear. The third thing, I'm not going to listen to all this esoteric foolishness that you spouting off that you barely don't know. I'm going to follow the law that I studied and I've practiced for over, we rolling up on 30 years now. And so no, we're not doing this trust stuff, the true man, the UCC. We're not doing none of that. So when you come before me, I'm doing the law that I know it to be. I'm going to follow the statutes, the Constitution, and the case law before me that is good law in the state of Georgia and the United States. I'm not playing your game. So let me know. I want you to be clear that this is how this is going to go. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So are you entering a not guilty plea and you intend to go to trial?
What are the charges? I wasn't read the charges when I came in here. I was skipped for some.
Yeah, actually you were, because you have traffic charges and then you have an obstruction charge. Case 2024-CR-02581, obstruction of an officer. That's the one where you've decided you do not want the assistance of an attorney. The next case is 2021-CR-04186, traffic violation, which is generally a red light violation. Driving on a suspended or revoked license, count 2. No license, count 3. One of those will merge, so you won't face both of those because of the merger doctrine. So either you would if you were convicted, you would face either the driving on the suspended or revoked license or the no license, not both. But those are the charges that are currently pending for you.
Okay.
All right, you're entering a not guilty plea and you wish to have a trial?
And those are together, or are they two different charges? Are those two different charges, or that's one whole docket?
You have two different cases.
Right.
The traffic offenses are on the 2021 CR 04186. The obstruction of an officer is on 2024 CR 02581.
Okay, and what are the possible outcomes for these pleas?
The possible outcome is on a misdemeanor offense, if you're convicted, the maximum penalty could be up to 12 months in jail, a $5,000 fine, or both per offense. So for each of the offenses, but with merger doctrine, you would have 1, 2, 3 possible 12-month sentences.
And those
could be or fines. Those could be served concurrently, meaning at the same time, or consecutively, meaning that they would be one after the other. When one ends, the other one would start.
All right, I did hear eligible for NOLO. I did hear that come about. So I'll see fit NOLO on the.
Okay, but Mr. Thomas, listen to me. If you're entering a plea of guilty or NOLO, we do a plea right now. If you're entering a plea of not guilty, that means you wish to have a trial at a later date. You can have a jury trial or a bench trial. If you want to do NOLO on your traffic offenses, that's fine. We can do that case now, and you can save the next case for a trial. But if you're entering a plea of NOLO and you want to do that on your traffic offenses, that's fine. We can do that now.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to answer NOLO traffic offenses and not guilty for the obstruction of officer. And by any chance, did that police report show up yet?
We're still pending on the police report, Your Honor.
Okay, so now that you're representing yourself, then you'll have to ask for the discovery and get that information through the Solicitor General's office. If you just write a note saying that you wish to have discovery on this case, then you drop that off at the office or mail it to them, and she'll give you all of the discovery so that you can be ready for trial. Okay?
So I go to the courthouse?
Yeah, you can do that. On the third floor, the Solicitor General's office, and you want to give them a handwritten note. You don't have to type it up or nothing. You can handwrite it that says, I wish to have the discovery on case 2024 CR 02581. And then put your email address, your phone number, and your full address. And that way they can give it to you or tell you how best to get it.
Okay, and is there any way I could do that without showing up? Because I don't live anywhere like in that area.
You can contact the Solicitor General's office. So you would Google Clayton County Solicitor General, Charles Brooks. And if you call their office, they'll tell you who to contact to get that done.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Thomas, did you wish to do the traffic court now? The traffic offenses now?
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
All right, so raise your right hand for me.
I'm not in the jurisdiction of a courthouse, ma'am.
Okay, the law has changed, which under COVID, which allowed us to do hearings by video. So as long as you are on video with me in the virtual courtroom, you're under the jurisdiction and we can do the plea. Did you wish to continue?
No, ma'am, because I'm not under the jurisdiction. I'm in the video because I don't really know how to work this virtual courtroom setup yet. But if I need to exit video to further more speech that I'm not in a jurisdiction, I can exit the video, not the chat.
Okay. Are you entering a plea of not guilty for this offense also?
For which one?
For the traffic offenses.
No, man, that'll be a NOLO for.
No, we're not doing a NOLO. If you're not willing to do the NOLO by video, then we're not doing the plea right now. You've seen this. You've seen the people come from the jail calendar, and there was even one person in the courtroom. You've been here the whole time, so you've seen how this works. Like I said, I'm not playing your game. Either we do the plea the way everybody else has done it, or
this isn't a game. Like I don't even do court. Like I just happen to get stopped a few times in trucks that aren't mine, so I somehow get entangled with the police and the court system. But this isn't my field. But like I was saying, like it's definitely possible to do a NOLO. I'm just not under your jurisdiction. I'm representing my trust. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to. Like I do my research. I see laws. I see common laws. All
right. Let's go back to the jail calendar. I'm not doing this today. My sinuses are bothering me. Mr. Morris will be reset to next week.
Yes, Mr.
And Your Honor, for clarity purposes, is Mr. Thomas's, is his traffic case being a not guilty as well? That way we know how to proceed on that one.
I'm gonna enter a not guilty on his behalf because I'm not doing the foolishness today.
Man, I asked that I'm not pled, like you don't plea on my behalf. I don't call
Mr. Thomas,
please.
That's fine. You can ask me anything you want to ask, but I'm done. I'm not doing this. You say you want to enter a NOLO plea. I tell you how to do it. You've seen other
from the bench? Are you
you've
pleading
seen
for
other
me?
people do it, and you don't want to play the game. You don't want to follow the laws and the procedures as we have them. So I'm gonna do what I need to do, which is to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. We'll put you on a trial calendar. Thank you, sir. You are done for today. All right, everybody. Thanks.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of both of these proceedings, and I must say, for Judge Aochi and also for Judge Hayward, this definitely should be a lesson learned by other judges, because technically both of them shut both sovereign citizens down immediately. I know with Judge Hayward, hers lasted a little longer because of just how the proceeding went and the things that had to be read. But both of these judges was not trying to have the sovereign citizen game go on today. We see with Judge Aochi, what's crazy about Miss Amber is the traffic violations that she had, I believe, was like a total of $300 and no jail time. I think it was 2 of them. So for her to get into this back and forth with the judge, and this is not her first time getting into it with Judge Aochi, and then go to jail on something that held no jail time, it's just mind blowing. But this is not the first time we've seen this with sovereign citizens, right? And for him to just get up and walk away from the bench and walk down the hallway or wherever he went, that was insane. I've never seen anything like that. And then when we look at Judge Hayward, pretty much the same. She was sick of his mess. She shut it down immediately. I must say though, I think Judge Hayward should have took like a quick recess or something to get whatever was in her eye out of her eye, because man, she was rubbing that thing so long, my eyes started getting a little irritated. But nonetheless, both of these judges shut it down. They wasn't trying to hear it, wasn't trying to play that game. And it seems like that's what a lot of judges are doing now. You know, they're not going for the nonsense. And we've seen it here today. So if we have any follow-ups on either of these cases, we most definitely will share them with you. With that being said, this is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. And guys, for now, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you guys on the next video. God bless.